Any key matchups there for us, Paul? And
What
there's a bit of push and shove down here. Here we go.
They're still
centre half forward for the Sharks.
Diggers going to try and exert their...
And in goes Morris as well for the Sharks, giving him a bit of what for.
And Morris and Gleeson going at it. Tyquin, stay out of that.
This is good to see. Tyquin
obviously spent 15 minutes on the bench last week.
He did. That was the turning point too. So there's a bit of heat here early. And we've got...
interesting little setup here. They've pushed.
Are we going to have an interchange already?
Yeah, it looks like Morris is coming off.
Yeah, all right. Well,
that's a blood rule, is it?
No, it's a quick interchange.
Quick interchange.
Oh, they're playing.
Mixing it up. So just keeping
here.
Well, it wasn't Morris, it was Caldone.
Yeah,
and he
brought Featon on.
Featon comes on. So
I like that kid, Dill Featon.
Yeah, he's
got a lot of talent.
And Paul's man, one of them, Canolo on the wing.
Yeah. Now let's hope he can run the game out. That's the
right.
big one.
Might have to just... There's the siren for the seniors preliminary final. Diggers Rest and Rupo. The Rucks go at it. No one got a clear tap. Swallow gets his head taken off immediately.
That's
He's going to get the
early.
first kick. Canolo's on the spread for him. He looks in that direction but goes wider still, and he finds a teammate. And that is Featon, who just came on before the bounce. He goes on the left towards half forward. Egan's down there for the ruckman for Burrows. And tackled hard were the Sharks. Here they go. Burrows diving in on top of it. Podolzak's down there. Now it comes out towards Canolo. Is the ball going to sit for him? No, the boundary line's going to beat him. So a good, strong start there.
Yeah, good swallow head over the footy, wasn't it?
Crack it in. I like it.
The first 10 minutes of every final is the best 10 minutes.
Got to see him crack it in here. The Burrows will want to try and exert some physical dominance.
Absolutely. The ball's thrown in. Muir went over the top, missed it. Comes out to Morton. He waited for it a little bit. Good attack by Chambers. Picked up from where he left off last week. In underneath there is Muir. Lockie. He gets a hand pass out. Now comes out to Muscat. He's tackled immediately. And the heat is definitely on early on in this game.
Actually, we called Muscat as Brendan Chambers before.
That's Muscat. He's gone in nice and hard twice already. Rucks will go at it again. Muir just gets rid of his opponent. Ball hits the deck. Muir goes after it again. Gets it back. Nowhere to go. Handballs blindly goes to Taylor from Diggers. He goes up towards half forward. Lawton didn't have a great game last week, Lawton, but gets his hands on it early. Goes to Morton. We're going to have a rhyming inside forward 50. Looking for Krull. He can't get to the ball. There's numbers to swirl. Cicero gets the ball towards half forward. Sultana reads it well. Takes the mark. Plays on quickly. Right foot kick to half forward. Finds Morris. Morris on quickly. Hetherington inside forward 50. First one of the game.
Yes, great call, Gav. First one for the Sharks.
And speed wins games of footy.
2 minutes in, Rupo 1 straight 6. Diggers Rest, he has to score on the Melton Toyota Macedon Rangers glass scoreboard.
Got to be really, really careful. Off half-back, they are lightning Rupertswood, and they just opened up then. And Hetherington, if they're going to give Hetherington one bit of space, and young Sultana as well, they are just going to cut Diggers to bits.
Well, he's not going to kick 1-6 this week, we hope, because he just absolutely flew through that half-forward line, and just a beautiful finish from just inside 50.
Perfect start for the Sharks. 2 minutes into the prelim final. Just what Kev Fitzgerald would have ordered. The ball's back in the middle. Egan goes up against Muir. Egan with a tap to Hetherington. Here we go again, up towards half forward. A lot of Burrows jumpers. Getting held maybe, not paid. In and under again. Comes out to the Burrows. They go directly to the boundary line. How's the umpire going to see this? It sits up on its end. It doesn't quite go out, and now it does.
Guys, that is Dylan Podolzak.
He's out there.
So we got a miraculous recovery.
Hang on, your mail said the year's all over.
Well, his brother told me that.
So where is he? Can't stand in the
just
forward
at half forward,
forward. So that could be a big news story there. Muir gets the tap over the back. Coming through was Lockie Muir. Had a great game last week. Kicks it up towards Sultana, but a good mark over the top. Taken deep in defence. And they've got a man loose, left half back. It's Tyquin. Man who got sent off last week. Left foot kick up towards Lawton. Couldn't take it on the second grab. Came down, now it's Swallow. Turns and goes, those fluoro boots up towards half forward. Getting back, nearly a good mark. Sultana.
Taken high.
Yeah, he got one high, and the umpire called it. Good call,
Paul. There was nothing dirty in it. It was just head over the footy, and the other player took it. It was Podolzak who got him with the hip.
So it's a good call, and it'll be a free kick to the Burrows.
That's a way to rub salt in the wounds. Put the ball in front of him. He's not well at all.
He's taking his time to get up. So,
nice teamwork just throw the ball at him.
Throw the ball at him.
Get up, young fella. You can't sleep there.
It's going to be taken on left half back. He chips it short, and he finds is that Hine out there, and he looks to go over the top again. So just chipping their way. Lawton takes another mark.
Presenting really well, Lawton, to the start of the game. He was quiet last week.
He's presenting very, very high on this ground.
Yeah, he's leading Halliwell.
Pops it over the top, finds Morton. Diggers just trying to build up here. He'll find Stewie Clark coming up from half forward. Clark now looking to set up, get the ball inside forward 50. He goes over the top, finds Taylor. Taylor now will set up. That's Tom Taylor for Diggers Rest. He will look to get the ball inside the 50, out towards Evans. He flies, can't take the mark. Ball on the deck as Ruperstswood just push it towards the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in right in front of the Diggers Rest coaching box. It is Rupo, 1 straight 6. Diggers Rest yet to score 5 minutes into this opening quarter.
What's good for the Borough is Carl Morton's had a couple of possessions and been important possessions.
Rucks go at it again, down towards Lockie Muir. He can't take the ball. It's belted by Muscat towards Hetherington. He keeps it in towards Sultana at half forward, and Toddy Podolzak. He can't pick the football up. Slug it, feeds it back to Tyquin. He feeds it out to Langford, who's got Gleeson on in the middle. Gleeson, low kick towards half forward. Morton overruns it, picked up by Cicero. He bombs it inside forward 50. Foot race back now, Todd Podolzak. Tom Gleeson. Gleeson overruns it, opens the door for Podolzak. Does well, recovers, gets the ball, feeds it back to Paddy Jackson, and Jackson will relieve.
And they're out on the outer side. I think it's Clark out there who has it. He chips up short and he finds McCabe. Down on that outer side, under the scoreboard. Diggers Rest going forward now. Up towards half forward, it's a bad kick, and it's taken deep there by Muir, I think, the ruckman. He goes short. Gave Canola a lot of work to do. It's mopped up by the Boroughs. They've got Lob running out wide. They go wider still, and they find Kroll. He's 70 out from goal. It's a little dribbler of a kick to Lob. He's got players on inside. He finds one in Mick Evans. 45 out.
Yeah. That's where Lob's so important. He's such a good decision maker with ball in hand.
Absolutely.
Just took his time and assessed his options.
He's played a lot of footy here, Jamie Lob.
So Mick Evans, his first look at the goals.
Beautiful kick of the footy, Mick Evans.
Man bun too, just to keep you all involved. Like the umpire.
Yep, a lot of man buns out here.
So this is
today.
For their first of the afternoon. Mick Evans comes in right on the paint of 50. It's a beautiful looking kick, and it's there. A great kick by Mick Evans. And Diggers Rest first. They go to 1 straight 6. It's all squared up here. 1 goal apiece.
Sound of the crowd, mate. There's a big Diggers contingent here today.
Sounds like someone's got clappers.
It's got what?
Not the clap. Clappers.
Glad you clarified that.
All right, let's just get back on track. 7 minutes gone, first quarter, 1 straight 6 apiece on the Melton Toyota Macedon Rangers glass scoreboard.
Yeah, great start from both sides here.
It was, and there's just, Diggers are going for a ploy here. They're actually going very, very wide around the boundary line, trying to keep the corridor all blocked up. So
I don't mind it because they just built up really well and used their foot skills, and they've got some key players that use the ball so well. As it'll come out the middle through the Sharks. Hetherington again, dominant early inside forward 50, and there's the bread and butter of Tom Gleeson. Cuts it off, takes the mark. He's got a player in space. That's Evans. Evans takes the mark. He looks to chip it over the top. It's a poor kick. Chambers cuts it off. Right foot kick inside 50 is a beauty. He finds his teammate.
Got players running in now.
Cannon now. He winds up, goes inside forward 50, looking for a teammate in feet and can't take the mark. Tyquin cleans it up. Sluggett will clear, and he will find Langford out on that half-back line. Langford just lets the ball bounce. He's been wrapped up straight away, but it's high, and Langford will get the free kick.
Feet should have taken that mark, don't you think?
He should have, as they go quickly now to the Boroughs. Look to bring it up towards the wing. No one can take the mark. Still at ground level in dispute. Cicero dives on top. I think the umpire will ball this up. Right on true centre wing. And we've gone 8 minutes into the first quarter, 1 goal apiece.
And I tell you, Diggers will be thrilled with this because they stopped them getting a couple of early goals. They just want to scrap it up a little bit and then to get a score on the board themselves. And there's a free kick going
Rucks go at it. It's been pinged holding the ball, and this is what Diggers want. They want stoppage after stoppage.
That's right.
And then they'll use their foot skills. There's a free kick now. Will go to Corey Wright. Polled very well in the Bowen medal. He chips it in board. It gets past McCabe. He's skillful. Low. Krull takes the mark 55 metres out from goal.
Yeah,
probably too far.
But
you've got a player at the back. Mick Evans all by himself. Krull's gone well over his head, and it's out of bounds. That was a terrible kick.
You could see him running down there. I mean, the man bum was there running down, You just all you had to do is just put it up for him in space, and he just kicked it over his head out of bounds.
Run onto it,
so boundary throw in. Diggers attacking 50. They would love another one here. The ball goes in. Krull in the ruck. Knocks it down over Halliwell. Evans out of the pack snap is a point.
It's been dangerous. Evans got the goal, and he's had a few shots.
Yep, 1-1-7, Diggers rest. 1 goal, Ruperstswood. 9.5 minutes gone, opening quarter.
It's Chambers to bring it back in.
And look at Diggers choking up the corridor here. They're going to they're going to push Rupo out wide here.
Yeah, full ground press from the bar.
That's right. So Chambers just waiting for someone to present.
Got nowhere to go.
Two minds, goes out to the far side, 3-on-1.
Yep.
But the one did pretty well, brought it to ground. Now the Boroughs have it over the top. Clark, Lawton's in there as well. But the Sharks doing well here. Sort of fumbling
Kick off
around.
the ground, danger,
in danger. So they'll get out of trouble here, will the Sharks?
It's a sore finger
right on that
there.
far side, yeah, absolutely. They sting, and here they go up towards the wing. That's a poor kick. That is a bad kick. It's bounced inside, so it'll be a throw in.
Gee, Lawton's working hard. He's pushing both sides of the ground, presenting for the Borough.
Yeah, he's been really good at the start of the game, which is, they need someone to be able to do that leading up to the football, because that was their problem last week. As the boundary throwing comes in again, the ruckman will go at it. One down there by Egan. Well done by Brandon Kilty. Strong in the tackle. Feeds the ball out wide. Looking for a teammate. He's been wrapped up. Mick Evans is holding the ball.
Gee, they're having a crack on the pressure of the level of this football is enormous at the moment.
Morris has got the free kick for the Sharks. He'll look to drive them forward. Hasn't got much up in front at the moment. The Borough's just choking it up. It's going to go long to a contest. Players fly, ball hits the deck. Kicker McCabe can't clean that up. Hetherington with his head over the football. He's wrapped up straight away and we'll have a bounce right on centre wing. Diggers 1-1-7. Ruperstswood 1 goal. Macedon Rangers Glass. Melton Toyota scoreboard.
Yeah, ball's thrown up again. Both rucks got hands to it, but comes out the back to Sultana. Left foot kick, and he finds a target. Does he? No, it's out on the full. So it's going to be McCabe to take the free kick between wing and half back for
the He's had a bit of the ball earlier. Last week he was non-existent.
He's gone around one. He nearly dropped the ball, and he's in a lot of trouble here. He's got help there. It's Sluggett. Hand passes it back, and it might be Evans again. He chips it back to Tyquin. So I've got to go back to go forwards here. The Boroughs goes deeper still, and I think that is Jackson. Hand passes back again to Tyquin. They're in a bit of trouble here. That's a bad kick, just a space. Jackson's got a bit of work to do now. He picks it up cleanly. Got one high. No, he ducked into it, the umpire said. And that's a turnover. There is Podolzak. The miraculous recovery. He chips in short and he finds Todd. So he's 45
a bit of brotherly love.
That's right. And it's amazing to see Dylan Podolzak out there playing.
That's where if the Boroughs want to win this contest, they can't afford to make defensive errors that. Tyquin tried to kick out into space. He should have just used the hands over the top to Jackson. Then Jackson's kick was just poor. It was a direct turnover. Dylan Podolzak finds Todd, who will come in. 45 metres out, 45-degree angle. Kick is on its way. He's just
laid back on it, didn't he?
And
kicks like his old man.
It's dribbled out of bounds, and we'll have a throw in about 4 metres out from the 4 metres around from the Sharks' goal. But you just both sides just a couple of shocking kicks. We saw that.
That's right. It was a comedy of errors.
That was a torpedo straight in the full.
Don't know what happened.
He just
looks like his foot slipped from under him and he's about to kick it.
Rucks go at it
again.
It's
a push straight out.
Someone shut.
It's over. Featon, snap it, goal. He's missed it. Great effort by Dylan Featon.
Something out of nothing, nearly.
1-1-7 apiece. 13 minutes gone, opening quarter.
And McKay brings it out straight away. He finds Aitken. He turns and goes up to the wing. He finds a target. Out wide, Clark. Low spearing ball up ahead, and he finds his teammate. No, it's going to bounce over the line for a throw in.
Sean Egan's getting around the ground really well at the moment.
He is. That's a good
ruck battle. Keeping an eye on Carl Morton, and he's running up and down the middle of the ground, virtually by himself, screaming for footy. It's like they're not even looking. I know there's not much of him, but
Cicero running with him at the moment. As the rucks will go at it again. Right half forward, Diggers rest. Attacking end of the ground. One down there by Muir, to Muir. He's put his head over the football again. Langford comes out, picks the football up, gives it to Lobb, dodges through two. Almost gets taken out. Lockie Muir goes back, gets it again. Feeds a handball out to a teammate. They're just building up Cannon. He just overshot the handball. Goes towards Morton. Cicero marks. And Cicero plays on quickly, gives it to Chambers. He just waltzes through the middle of Clark Oval. He's done that before. Kicks up forward, ball over the back. Dylan Featon read it well, puts the kick on its way low. Go! He's hit the post.
The fat bit.
Jason Dunstall would be turning over at the moment. I mean, you kick through the ball. You don't do these rubbish bloody things along the ground.
He could have had 2 bounces. He could have run right to the goal. It's played on quickly. Corey Wright takes the mark. He plays on into the middle of the ground. Lob. Jamie Lobb takes the mark. Not sure what he's going to do. There's a 50-metre penalty. No, it's a free kick down the ground.
So Freeth.
It's going to go to Freeth. Mark Freeth.
Got to get it in quick.
Massive last week. He's going to put a ball to the top of the square to Krull in a one-on-one. Chambers peels off. Krull gets up at the football, can't take the mark. Down is Aitken. He tries to storm through. Pressure in there. Toe poke from Chambers. Ball pops out. Kay gets a clearing kick towards half-back, but Egan can't take the mark. Ball hits the deck. He'll feed back to Lobb. Lobb sets up Tyquin. Tyquin left foot kick inside forward 50. Kay will take the mark.
Disposal.
Yes, good intercept mark by Kay.
Gee, both teams are wasting some opportunities, aren't they?
Butchering it going forward, and he brings it out back to Egan. He dropped what he should have taken, and it's taken at ground level by Sultana. Goes quickly, but it finds Lobb, and he goes and chips it again to McKay, but his Lobb here. Yep. So he's got Muir to contend with. He hand passes in now, and this is better play by the Diggers boys, and they find Mick Evans again.
Beautiful work by Taylor then. Lobb just saw him coming past, and then beautiful kick.
Rupo are pushing their defenders very, very deep and leaving that little bit of a hole, and both times Diggers had shots of goal for about 40 metres out.
And we spoke about this before the game. That takes Chambers out of the contest.
So Mick Evans, he's going to have to kick this from outside 50.
Very, very kickable goal for Mick.
Well, his first kick was from about the same distance, other side of the 50-metre arc.
And he comes just beyond 50, ball's on its way. Has it got the legs? Not quite. Chambers over the top with a punch through for a behind.
They're going to have to, Rupo are going to have to be a bit careful of that, leaving that hole open for him to run into.
Mick Evans has Diggers' entire score, 1 goal, 2.
There you go. So it's going to be Chambers to bring the ball back in from fullback. He's got Canolo short if he wants him, not even looking or considering it. Goes long. Up the guts. Egan's going to crash this pack. He does. Gets the fist down towards Morton. He fumbled that. Got to be better there. Lockie Muir gets on the end of it. And he's got teammates running. Big, nearly in danger again. Yes, it is. So the umpires paid that the way of the Diggers' rest side. And they go up to Taylor. Over the top. Couldn't take the mark. Recovers quite well. Turns on his left. Deep into the pocket to Krull. And he takes it on the second bite. Aitken, sorry. So...
Geez, Taylor's been good early.
Oh, absolutely.
So
but they are getting forced wide to have some shots, and these are difficult pockets to kick goals from.
I don't think Diggers will be too fussed about that because, as we said, if they go long to the top of the square, that's where Chambers is going to cut them off. So as Aitken comes in, right foot kick, on its way, it's going to push across the face, not going to make the distance. Everyone competes. Quick snap out of mid-air from Lockie Langford, goes through for a behind. Diggers take the front.
The trick to this ground, when you get to the half-forward line, you've got to bring it to that hot spot on this ground. It's the only way you're going to kick goals.
Dangerous kick in as well. It's going to be brought back inside 50 by the Burrows. Freeth's waiting. Is he going to jump over the top? He did. Now it's Mick Evans on the left foot. He snaps but misses.
He's got the whole score, hasn't he?
The last one was Langford. So 1-3 to Mick Evans as Diggers go to 1-4-10. Rupo 1-2-8 on the Macedon Rangers glass. Melton Toyota scoreboard. 17 minutes and 45 seconds into this first quarter.
Geez, a nice tight contest. I didn't expect this. I thought Rupo would have jumped out of the blocks. They've had their chances, Rupo, let's be honest.
Diggers have got it on their terms.
Absolutely.
Nash Egan to bring the ball back in. Good press here for Diggers rest. Egan. Long kick out towards half-back. Players will fly. Halliwell and Egan. Egan smashes it forward. Lockie Muir, great front and centre. Puts the ball on its boot towards half-forward. Spoiled by Ruan. Well done, Featon. Feeds back towards Canolo. Canolo fumbles. Players just diving in again. Corey Wright feeds the ball out in front of Brandon Kilty. He can't get the ball. It's knocked forward by Hetherington. He's going to pick the football up. He's got step around Egan. Right foot kick down the line. Tom Taylor cuts it off. Taylor plays on, left foot kick down the line, looking for Egan, finds him. Egan plays on, Tom Taylor again, inside forward 50, Chambers can cut this one off. Krull does well. Chambers tried to claim it, it hit the ground, Brady, and it's wrapped up and we're going to have a bounce.
Brady was trying to con the umpire then, but that ball did hit the ground.
It did. But just great work chopping off in front.
Good play by Taylor, though.
Yeah, it was. He started really well, Taylor. Ball's inside 50 for the Burrows, but Hetherington's not having any of that. Takes it off half back and just bombs it out towards Todd Podolzak. Can he get out the back here? He's going to have to beat a couple. He's doing pretty well.
Oh, he's holding the man up. He's found it.
Yep,
pull the jumper back like that.
As soon as you see that jumper stretch, you're in trouble.
Tyquin takes the kick. He brings it out wide.
A little bit of he's coming back. Yeah. You'd be a little disappointed as a Rupo coach because they're coming in and leaving Podolzak one out, but there's no speed around him to run into goal.
That's right. Tyquin goes up the guts. He finds Kilty, Brandon. Still in defensive
Taylor's
50.
on in the middle of the ground here.
He is. He's got his hands up, but he's not going to get it. Kilty goes one way, then the other. Decides to go out to the far side. And he hits a target.
Josh Wallace.
It's Wallace, his first look at it this afternoon. Going to go up the line again. One-on-one. Good work there. It's the Rupo plays, dive on top, locking it in, Cicero, and they'll have a ball up.
Well, contrary to our comments early in the day when we said speed would beat brains, at the moment Brains has got speed covered at the moment.
It's still early at the moment though. I mean, Diggers, this is going to be a taxing style of game as the ruck's going at it again. Krull wins it down. Around the stoppages though, Diggers are dominating. Down towards half forward, they've got the numbers again. Aitken should have marked that. It's picked up well.
Tackle.
Great tackle, great backup. Aitken feeds it backwards. Clark tries to take him on. Chambers just knocks it down and it goes out of bounds.
He's the ultimate professional when they're in and tight. He'll just tap it out and do what he can.
Musket gets stuck into Stewie Clark. As we'll have the ball come in. It's 52 metres out from the Diggers Rest goal, and they have dominated the stoppages so far. Krull versus Halliwell. No one really wins it clear. Hetherington gets a kick up towards half back. McCabe, too good.
Good mark.
You have to watch Kegger. He's a good player.
McCabe will swing on to that left as he always does. Inside 50, chiselling ball. Canolo gets a finger on it. Lawton does well, feeds Aitken. Aitken over the top to Wright. Wright just fends off the tackle, tries to feed it forward. As players dive in, Taylor wraps up his opponent. Morris tries to feed it forward. It's only Brandon Kilty there. He kicks at the top of the square. Krull flies, can't take the mark. Ball hits the deck. Mick Evans swings the ball out wide. Freeth there. Featon feeds Hetherington, and Hetherington will clear.
Yes, and he goes up towards the middle of the ground. Tyquin swallow, but it's taken by Cannon in the centre of the ground. It's a throw. He didn't control it, just fumbled it away, and it's going to be Ryan to take it. He goes out wide to Morton, and he takes the mark on centre wing on the far side. So 2-point lead, Diggers Rest, and we're 21 and a half minutes into the first.
Won't go much longer.
And Morton goes long and strong. That's a strong mark. Taken in on the far side by Langford. And he goes short again, and it's Taylor. He's had plenty of it in the first quarter.
He's going to have leather poisoning.
And he's going to...
this is where Krull needs to get way back and be an option for him. So
and he's found a target. Lawton, 45 out.
He's a good user, Tom Taylor.
He is. He's really stepped up.
He's been BAG by a streak here at the moment this quarter, that's
absolutely. For sure. So Lawton will take it. 45 out, no angle to speak of. And this for a handy little buffer.
That's that awkward distance here at Sunbury, and they're kicking into the breeze, don't forget.
He's let up again. Lawton just let up really well there, but it's going to take his best kick.
It was a big kick from here.
Here it comes. Just a little stutter. Here he goes on 50. Gives it a ride. It looks like it's right. It stays right.
Look at Rupo, as much as they don't want to turn it over, they'd be happy to be having Diggers shooting from 45 out.
Yep, they get it away quickly, do the Sharks, and it's Canolo driving it up towards the wing. Good positioning by Tyquin. Recovers well on the left. Kicks it over the top, and a great find. And he gets it to Josh Wallace, who spears it at the top of the goal square. So that's quarter time, which sees Diggers Rest 1-5-11 leading Rupertswood 1-2-8 of the prelim final.
That's on the Macedon Rangers glass scoreboard and the Melton Toyota scoreboard.
So yes, thanks very much to those guys. And
goal kickers, mate. We've got Evans, one for Diggers Rest. We've got Hetherington, who's got one for Rupo. Best players so far, I reckon, this quarter. I was really impressed with Langford. I thought he was fantastic. Taylor was really good. I mean, they're working very hard. Lawton was really good. Even Carl Morton came in. Look over the other side of the ledger. Hetherington was really dangerous. Up and Brady Chambers, as per usual, was good. Podolzak, Toddy, and Dylan both presented. But Dylan needs to play a little bit deeper. I mean, they need a bit more speed around his brother, around the goals. On that quarter, I reckon Diggers Rest, even though they're in front of the scoreboard, they were well up on the gameplay.
Yep, so Diggers Rest going to quarter time, 3 points to the good of Rupo.
They would have been much more comfortable with that.
Even so, it's fallen into the hands of Simsy what he wanted for him, and Rupo got their work cut out. They're going to have to try and open this up somehow.
They are.
And it's not that hard to open it up, guys. You just got to go wider and then come back in. But they're playing into the hands of Root Diggers at the moment.
Kick to grass, as they say.
Yeah, kick to the grass is the phrase.
Yep, Dylan Podolzak on a wing with Hine, and big Sean Egan to do battle in the ruck against Muir. Here we go for the second quarter. Egan gets the first tap. Straight down the ground and comes out to Brandon Kilty, dodges one, hacks it on the boot towards half forward. Clark running at it, couldn't take it on the bounce, and mopping up is Canolis, and he comes out wide, does Cicero to Podolzak. A lot of work to do. What a mark. Crawl. He got upended.
Yeah, but that's a tunnelling session.
He was able to
well.
hold the mark. He's 70 out from goal. He's got just pop it to the top of the square. Who's going to jump and fly? And it's a good mark, Chambers. How often
Reliable
does he do
out
that?
the back.
He is Mr. Reliable, that's for sure. Chambers goes out wide to half back. It's just to space, as we've said, and he gets it out of bounds for a throw in.
Yeah, but at least look, they're pushing Rupo wide. But if you push him wide, it's also going to give him space to run. I think you hit it on the head, Gav. How much longer can Diggers hold up this pressure? If they can do it in 4 quarters, they're going to win the game.
They've got to put scoreboard pressure on before it does open up.
But they've had 6 scoring shots to 3, so they had the inside 50s on their terms, and they're going to go back in a sec.
Kilty comes away from the stoppage again. Diggers dominating these stoppages. Ball short, finds Mick Evans. Half forward, had a lot of the footy in the first quarter. Kick 1-3 to open the game. He goes inside forward 50. Brandon Kilty's done beautifully.
Yeah, he pushed up,
got by himself, and it's out to McCabe, and he's taken the slips catch, and he will go back and kick from 30 metres out, 25 metres out, directly in front, and Kegger McCabe won't generally miss these.
No, he's been around too long to miss these.
That's a good sign with Kilty pushing up forward.
And Caldone got caught out then. I mean, McCabe pushed forward to goals and then worked his way back.
Kegger puts it on its way. It's across the face. He's missed. See, these are the opportunities Diggers have got to take.
1 goal 6.
1-6-12. Rupo 1-2-8, 2 minutes into this opening quarter, second quarter.
Yes, and Chambers to bring it back in for the Sharks. Where is he going to go? He's looking at this near side.
There's not a lot of movement for him, is there?
No, there's not. It's pretty stagnant at the moment. Here he goes, plays onto himself, kicks it long to the outer side, looking for Muir. Dropped what he should have taken. Now the Borough, they're putting all the pressure on. Comes out to Evans, shovels a hand pass out wide. Now they're just going to go for goal. It's on its way. It's punched on the line. Gee, it was a good
nearly
effort. Nearly shepherded through.
Great effort by Stewie Clark.
Yeah, Stewie Clark. He's a dangerous prospect up there, that's for sure. But 1 goal 7.
Yeah, they need to take these opportunities.
Come back.
Aren't they tying him up? I mean, there's just even Brady Chambers got nowhere to go here at the moment. There's no movement at all for him.
Chambers brings it back in, low kick. It's a shocker.
And that's what happens when when you're under that much pressure. And none of your midfielders are moving. They're just being a bit lazy here, Rupo.
Taylor's taken the mark. He's been in everything so far. He'll have to kick from outside 50. It'll take a massive kick, but he is a good ball user. So
that's too far.
He is trying to pass the ball off. Kicks long now from outside, right on the paint of 50, top of the square.
Oh, he's got it.
Matty Krull leaps at the football, takes a great mark, and he will go back 12 metres out on a slight angle and should put through the Borough's second goal.
They've stopped running, Rupo. They have just fair dinkum gone stagnant.
Yeah, there's no run out of half back.
If Brady Chambers got the ball at full back and there's nothing moving for him and no one's prepared to push into space or create space, that's a real worrying sign for the Sharks.
And this is what Krull does well. The big clunk. Now can he finish? Comes in, deliberate approach, right foot kick is on its way. It's a goal. And the Boroughs kick their second. They move on to 2-7-19. Ruperstswood 1-2-8. 3 minutes 45 seconds gone in the second quarter.
I mean, the scoreboard's not a huge. It's actually the way it's being done, and that's probably more concerning for Rupo than the scoreboard, because they have just fair income flat-footed. They're getting beaten around the contest, which is their strength. They're getting outrun, which is their strength.
And they're just blazing out.
They're just blazing away, and they're just not working hard enough.
Yeah, so it's a interesting stage here. It's a 11-point ball game to Diggers. So inaccurate, but they've still got the lead. 4
and
minutes
it's the Diggers' tools which are causing the problems.
Yeah, they are.
Yep, that's
Egan, Krull, I mean, they're just outmarking
Yes, even Aitken down there at times. And the ball's back in the middle. What can the Sharks respond with? Egan gets the tap down for the Burrows. Comes out to Swallow. Haven't caught him enough for the Sharks' liking. He kicks it out towards half forward. Leading the foot race out there is Gleeson. He's got a couple to beat. The boundary might beat everyone. And Gleeson just gives a little shove in the back, but nothing in it.
And you just saw in that centre bit there when Swallow had the ball, he was looking out wide for players to push out wide, which where they play their footing. There was nothing for him to go to. He had to blaze into a flank.
Yep, absolutely. So the ball to be brought back in. 65 out from the Sharks' goal. Muir got the tap. Comes out now to Evans on the left. Hooks it up towards the wing, looking for Morton. Couldn't take it. Good spoil, but there's a free kick. He's going to get it. So he's between wing and half back. Looking for the switch, but there's nothing on offer in midfield. Here he goes. Up towards the half forward. Oh, good mark. Oh, not paid. And the Sharks get it at ground level, but it's chopped off by that man Taylor again. Now the Sharks have got to be desperate. They've got to get in there. There's a trip, and it's going the way of Ruperstswood. So a bit of a let off. Lockie Muir takes it out on the outer side.
Muir finds a teammate, centre wing, looking to build some momentum. The kick down the line. Morris flies over the top of Evans. Ball hits a deck. Hetherington picks it up. Bursts from the contest. One bounce. Carries towards the 50. Kick inside 50 is a shocker. Although Gleeson drops what he should have taken. Paddy Jackson storms out a defensive 50. Long handball over the top towards Taylor. He gets around to teammates. Feeds out wide. Rupertswood done enough to force the turnover. Kick goes inside forward 50. Podolzak versus Sluggett. Podolzak takes the mark. 40 metres out from goal on a slight angle.
It's that awkward position where Diggers had trouble kicking goals.
45 out, yep. You're right, Paul. Take a good kick.
Yeah, and I mean, as a defender, you don't want to see your forward get it, but if you're going to get it, it's 45 out of this ground. Is probably the spot. And kicking, he's got a bit of a bruise behind him, but it's still going to take his best kick.
Podolzak comes in, trots over the 50, kicks from just inside. It's on its way. It's got the legs, but it's not accurate. And Rupertswood on the Macedon Rangers Glass Melton Toyota scoreboard move on to 139. Diggers 2719.
And they've brought it back in quickly, have Diggers, but it's going to come back straight away. Muir, the ruckman, chips it short, but intercepting was Jackson. Hand passes it off to Sluggett. He spins out of a tackle. McCabe hacks it on the left foot, looking for Clark. But Chambers on centre wing takes a strong mark, and he goes quickly. A low little spearing ball. Over the top was Cannon. Hand passes it back to Swallow at centre half forward. A spearing ball inside 50. The Diggers' rest defence do well through Langford. Hand passes out wide again, and they look to go even wider still, and they find a target. No, the boundary's going to beat them.
And it's really obvious now that the height issue for Rupo is starting to come back and bite them on the backside a little bit. I mean, with Putt out, they're losing it around. They've lost their main ruckman, but they haven't got any height, and that's where the Diggers' rest forwards are actually causing some problems to them.
Ball one down again around the body. Inside 50 finds Dylan Featon. He's dragged to ground. Well. That's going to be a 50.
Yes, it is.
That'll take Dylan Featon right to the goal line and give Rupertswood their second goal of the day. That was just sloppy from Tom Gleeson.
Silly.
Yeah, undisciplined footy, and just can't afford to do that.
Dylan Featon will go all the way to the goal line, and he will go back and be able to make this a 4-point ball game, which after all the domination from Diggers, they just aren't far enough in front as Featon puts it through. Rupo on the Macedon Rangers Glass Melton Toyota scoreboard moved to 2-3-15. Diggers 2-7-19.
There's a smell of bacon wafts up from the canteen to us here, and it is fair dinkum torture.
Oh yes, well done.
Could be worse. They could have a bar downstairs and the smell of beer coming up.
The sound of tins cracking.
Gleeson dragging himself after that 50.
Yeah, so that was a silly one. They didn't need to do that, Gleeson, and it's resulted in ultimate penalty there.
Yeah, they worked really hard, Diggers, and they haven't had the rewards for their efforts so far. They're all over Rupo at the moment.
So ball's back in the middle. Egan winning the majority of the taps, gets it to lob. Nearly got a high one. The umpire comes in and says
winning the majority of centre
clearances.
clearances.
Between last week, when we saw the ruck last week, Riddle dominated the ruck, but they didn't direct the ball anywhere. Egan's actually putting the ball in really good spots.
And it's knocked out by Muir on that occasion. Evans sharks it in and under his Swallows. The dust flies up on the cricket pitch there.
And see, Muir doesn't have that luxury of being able to palm down. Because he's shorter, he's got to jump and just bring it to ground. It's not going to their advantages, where Muir has that advantage.
Krull in the ruck against Muir. Krull wins it. Knocked forward. Lob comes at the football, but well cleaned up by Cicero. He kicks down towards half forward. Dylan Featon been dangerous so far. Just knocks the ball out towards Muscat. Muscat feeds the handball out wide over the head of Muir, but it will be picked up by Morris. Inside forward 50. Pottlezak against Jackson. Pottlezak just tries to punch it hot. Ball fed back, John Ryan. He will get the clearing kick out towards Evans, who takes it, Lakeford, sorry, takes the mark, plays on quickly. Krull on the wing. He takes that mark and plays on as well. Mick Evans down at half forward. Runs, carries to the 50, steps, long kick towards goal. Freeth in a one-on-one being held. No, the umpire says play on, and it's rushed through from behind.
Good play by Evans, carrying that ball through. They're just being more patient with their use of the footy. Rupo under pressure, causing the turnovers. With Diggers is just patient and persistent.
Yep, they're back in their defensive 50, the Sharks. Here they go, bit of run out of their defence.
They hit up just need to take these opportunities, though.
They do.
Too late.
It's going to come back and bite them.
Yeah, so it's smothered, and the Burrows have a chance here. They hand pass it out to McCabe. He's usually a good user, and he is on this occasion.
They're dominating general play. They've just got to kick goals now.
And he finds a target out there. I think it's...
I mean, realistically, they should be about 5 goals up, don't you think?
Absolutely, they build, and he goes and drills it inside 50, but a poor kick, and it's chopped up
by
your man. So Paul's man again, he's got one in every game.
Halliwell.
It's Halliwell.
He's my favourite.
He kicks it up towards the wing, but good contest. Couldn't bring down the mark. And the Sharks looking for quick hand pass here. Sultana couldn't pick it up. Going in hard. McCabe, he comes out with it. Now he releases lob. A little chip over the top, not 15. Play on's the call. McCabe missed the target. Now it's Morris running through. High kick towards half forward, looking for Cannon. He brings it to ground. Now the Burrows have got to be good. Tyquin's wrapped up in a tackle. Comes out to Ryan. Now it's out the back again, and the Sharks are doing well to lock this in and wait for numbers to get there, but the Burrows are able to get it out through Ryan.
John Ryan with a clearing kick out towards the wing. Swallow and Wallace go bang. Well done by both of them. Aitken picks it up. He's got a player out wide. That's Taylor. He feeds the ball back looking for Taylor Hine. He goes towards the wing. Lawton coming up at the football, protects the drop zone, takes a good mark. No 50 there, umpire. No. Well played. Lawton goes into the middle. Kegger McCabe takes the mark. He's got space. Left foot kick inside 50's a ripper!
That is a great kick.
Aren't they just the kings of short footy? They love it in and out and close.
Yep, they do.
Aiken marks 48 metres out, 45-degree angle. Keegan McCabe, such a beautiful ball user.
He's really asserting his dominance.
Good. Both him and Lobb have been exceptional in this quarter. But Diggers desperately need a goal. Aitken, massive kick for them. They're 5 points up at the moment, 12 minutes in. Aitken's kick is on the way. It looks okay. It's not going to get there, though. Freeth flies, can't take the mark. Hits the deck, goes again. Krull now follows it up. He's under pressure, can't get the football out. It's just belted towards the boundary line. Ruperstswood trying to clear the ball. Freeth feeds Morton, but it's out of bounds, and we're going to have a throw in.
An injury concern for the Borough here with Wallace coming off. Looks like an ankle injury. Doesn't look too bad. He's a bit sore.
Just hobbling a little bit.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on that for you.
Gee, they're just not taking advantage here, Gav, are they? They need a couple of goals.
Absolutely, they do. Krull wins the knockdown. It's Corey Wright or Mick Evans trying to clear it out of there. Freeth being marked very closely today. Could have been held and it was. Yep. So Freeth will take the free kick. He's trying to get himself a 50. You've got players streaming forward. Freeth inside the 50. Great kick.
Oh, well done.
Great kick. Hits Lace out. And I think that's Taylor again who's taken the mark. And he will go back and look for Diggers rest third, and he's probably the best user of the ball for the Burrows today.
They are playing all over Rupo. This is planning out completely different than we thought would happen. They're doing to Rupo what we thought Rupo would do to them.
So Tom Taylor, 25 metres out,
just
directly
can't afford
in front.
To miss this one.
Needs a goal. The Burrows just have to capitalise. Taylor comes in, puts it on its way, and he's missed as well.
This is going to come back and haunt them.
This is got a bad smell about it, these
misses. And you can just see Rupo going bang, bang. They're playing not great footy. They get a couple and get their confidence going. They've had every opportunity here, Diggers.
They've gone a long kick out of full back towards Egan and Muir. The ruckman comes out to Canolo. Here he goes. Takes a bounce through the middle. Gets it over to Hetherington. Through the centre circle. There's no one to go to. It's Pagan's Paddock over the top. Who's going to get there first? They've got a lot of work to do here, Rowan. And sock it off the ground. What a goal! Great work by Featon. He got there first and he threw the boot at it and it's gone through for a goal.
And that is going to hurt more than you'll ever realise, because Diggers have had the whole lot of play and just a quick transition, a quick turnover, a goal off the ground. Now Rupo's heads are going to be lifting. Diggers are going to be thinking, what have we got to do to get a goal? We're just killing ourselves having in front of the goals here.
And
they should be 4 or 5 goals up.
That's where the run and carry is going to start to come in as this game opens up. Canolo off half back, Hetherington carrying through the middle, Featon running down. That's Featon's second goal.
As soon as they got the ball in the middle of the ground, Featon just did a complete U-turn and started to head towards goal. And he knew what they were going to do, kick it to the grass. That's what they've been told to do.
That's what they do. So 15 minutes gone in the second quarter. Scores are all tied up. Just a different way of going about it. Diggers 2-9 and Rupo 3-3.
Gleeson in the ruck knocks it down. His teammates there. It's I think Kilty caught one in the face there as they come out. Lockie Muir's wrapped up and we're going to have another bounce.
And of course that scores all thanks to Melton Toyota Macedon Rangers glass.
Rucks go at it again. Gleeson in the ruck against Muir. Muir now he's actually enjoying the fact that he might have a bit of an advantage. Down to Hetherington. Hetherington inside forward 50. Podolzak takes the mark against Jackson. And this will hurt bad.
I mean, they have been getting played all over this quarter, and Diggers are on top, and all of a sudden, the last 2 minutes, Rupo are going to go bang, bang.
And we talked about a 10-minute patch.
They've had 11 scoring shots, Diggers, and got 2 goals. I mean, bad kicking's bad footy, and that's exactly what's occurring.
Here's Podolzak comes in now. Deliberate approach. Normally a reliable kick at goal. It's on its way. He has sprayed it.
Missed it as well.
And we have mozzed everybody who could possibly be mozzed.
It was like a kookaburra went off.
Podolzak's got 2 behinds on the day, 3-4-22, 2-9-21. Rupertswood by a point on the Melton Toyota Macedon Rangers glass scoreboard, and Diggers need to gain control again.
McCabe finds Tyquin just inside the boundary, deep in the pocket still. Tyquin
pinpoint perfect.
Goes long towards Lawton over the top. He takes it.
Beautiful
nice
kick.
Mark, good kick, good footy all round.
Big unit, isn't he?
He is. He's a strong mark. He goes up towards the wing. A big pack here. Brought to ground well. Clark gets on the end of it. Snaps across the body. Now Freeth's got a one-on-one.
Oh, if Freeth wins his, Taylor Hine is out.
So he couldn't get it. Chambers gets back in support. He slips and he's disguised that well to take it over for a throw-in. So
Diggers need a goal urgently just to give themselves a little bit of confidence. I mean, they're going in here. Absolutely. They're now down. I mean, we're 16 played 16 and a half minutes into the second quarter.
And they're down by a point. So it's amazing how it's turned around. And the ball's brought back in, chasing it Muir. Lockie, that is, over the boundary line for another throw-in.
What's even more hard, they're kickable goals they've missed. I mean, it's a real
shame. A lot of shots they've missed.
Yeah, 15 metres out directly.
Yeah,
Keg in the cave, reliable shot at goal. Tom Taylor, beautiful user of the ball, and these guys are missing easy shots on goal. Ball comes down, Corey Wright feeds Morton. Morton tries to step around, squares the ball up to centre half forward. Dylan Podolzak leads up with the footy, gets his head taken off by Lawton.
Well, if you're going to give one away, you might as well make him earn it.
As he plays on quickly, Podolzak. He tries to spread. Taylor Hine read that well, though. Cuts it off. Handball over the top to Stewie Clark. Clark inside 50, right foot kick, and it's a shocker as well. Tom Gleeson on in the square by himself. He turns it over to Swallow. Swallow towards Lob, nearly cuts it off. Picked up and cleared now by Rupertswood towards the wing.
And it's a big leap from Cicero over the top. Couldn't complete the mark. He's still going in there. Cicero gets it on the left. Hacks it forward. Now they're just trying to get some meterage out of the Sharks, but Corey Wright, he's absolutely dumped in a tackle.
It's too high.
And it's a high tackle, and he's going in there again to let him know about it. There's a 50 metres. He sucked him in. It was Hetherington, I think.
Brad Sluggett's been around a long time, and he's going to get in your ear.
He's still going, Sluggett.
So what that one was for, they paid the too high on the initial, but then Hetherington slung him to the ground, and you see Billy Mitchell call the sling as well.
He did.
Might have been, look, you just can't sling people.
That's right.
We saw it in the twos.
You're running a risk every time.
Right, got the ability to kick
he's already on the move. He puts it on its way. That's a beautiful kick. Right.
They desperately needed that one.
He slots it. He's got his first. That's Digger's third. They move on to 3-9-27. Rupertswood 3-4-22. 18 and a half minutes gone on the Melton Toyota Macedon Rangers glass scoreboard.
Gee, they needed that one desperately.
Be so frustrating for them. I mean, they're playing all over Rupo here at the moment. They're not on the scoreboard. Scoreboard pressure, and that's what Rupo are putting them on, even though they're not up there.
It feels like there should be 3 goals in front.
Absolutely, they're just all over them.
And realistically, they have to, for the dominance that they have had in the half, the amount of control they've had over the game, they have to go in at half-time in front. Rucks will go at it again. Krull wins that one down, right, just in and under. Feeds a handball out to Taylor. Right foot kick towards half forward. Muscat beats Lawton this time. Muscat's their best stopper, and he's gone back onto Lawton. Shows the impact that Lawton's had. Ball's over the top of it now. It's just shoveled backwards as Rupo looking to try and feed it out. Lockie Muir does it again at the bottom of the pack. Feed out Hetherington. Great handball. Gives it to Canolo. Canolo's got Podolzak over the top. Oh, he fumbles. He opens the door for Jackson, but recovers. Gets it over to Canolo. He didn't want a bar of it. As Dylan Podolzak gets taken out. Canolo, left foot snap around the body. It's not around enough. And John Ryan will come back. He drops the mark and rolls out of bounds.
Overusing the footy. Yep. And they were last week. I mean, Fitzy jumped on them last week for overusing the footy. One handball too many inside the 50, and that's exactly what occurred again.
Podolzak just was thinking about how he's going to celebrate, I think, kicking the goal. He just spent it before he had it. And a throw in.
Smallest ruck contest ever.
Yeah, 20 metres out. McCabe went up in the ruck for Diggers. And it's scooped out the back towards Ryan. Out to Tyquin. Missed him, though. And Podolzak shoves him over the line. It's out on the full.
It's going to Rupo, is it?
It should go to Tyquin. That was clearly off Podolzak's foot.
So, I've got the light tower right in front of this. As Tyquin drives it long. Swallow, Evans sitting under it. Big fist from Lawton over the top. Gets it out of bounds. Right in front of our commentary position on the balcony. And we've gone 20 and a half minutes in the second. Diggers rest up by 5 points.
Absolute arm wrestle. You wouldn't want anything more for a final.
Yep.
This is what we expected.
Rucks will go at it again. Krull versus Halliwell. Krull wins it down. Clark, beautiful. Gives the handball to Wright. Wright goes down towards half forward looking for Aiken. Ball rolls out the back. Muscat versus Lawton.
Had him really
Lawton does well. Wins it out. Aiken's got Kilty in space. Kilty runs, carries, kicks to half forward. Gleeson in a one-on-one. Tries to take the mark, brings it to ground. Lob was dangerous, but well done by Egan. He feeds the ball out, gets it back. He will look long now towards half forward. Slug it on Hetherington. Hetherington gets rid of him. Goes towards half forward. Handball inside to Hetherington. Great tackle by Ruan. Ball goes back again inside 50. Swallow takes the mark. He is 35. He will kick from 40 metres out. Pretty much really in front.
When Diggers went flying in, they really probably should have put the ball out in the open, let him run onto it. To go to a one-on-one gave you a 50-50 chance instead of 70-30.
Well, Kilty could have run and carried that football. He would have drawn the opponent of Gleeson up to him. There's a big kick for Swallow. He needs to put this through to put the Sharks back in front. He's on the way. It's a beauty. Goal umpire does not move. And Rupertswood moved to 4-4-28. 1 point in front of Diggers, 3-9-27 on the Macedon Rangers glass. Melton Toyota scoreboard.
They do need to do something. I mean, Diggers are all over them at the moment, pretty much every facet of play, but they've just on scoreboard, they're just missing some easy shots, and they've got to straighten that up. In a team like, you can't give Rupo an inch because they'll take a mile. And they're just leaving the door open for them. And if they were 3 goals up, it's just about de-spirit the Rupo boys.
We just saw a great example of that transition play, counter-attacking footy that they love to do, the Sharks, and it resulted in a goal. And the Rucks go up again. Halliwell, Paul's man's in there. He couldn't get it hold of it. Comes out now towards Kilty. Brandon hand passed it straight back to the opposition. Now they get it going forward, the Sharks. And on the second bite, he takes the mark, and it's in the hands there of the Sharks. They go up towards full forward over the head of everyone. A good mark in front.
Slug it.
Yep, slug it. He's been pretty solid.
Featon's been really dangerous down there.
And he goes out wide again to Jackson. A little inside-out right foot kick out of defensive 50. And no one can really grab it. Taylor, he's set upon nearly a high tackle, is it? Yes, it is. So he'll look to ease the pressure.
23 minutes gone in this quarter. Won't be long to go. 5-goal quarter. As Taylor takes the free kick. He's had a spectacular half for the Burrows. Pops it up to Lawton. He's been good leading up in the football.
Their best player.
Lawton now controls the football, looking to get something moving forward of the ball. As the kick goes down to half forward, Hetherington jumps at the football, can't take it. Halliwell feeds out as they have the runner now as Cal goes inside forward 50 towards Podolzak. Good spoil from Paddy Jackson from behind, and we'll have a throw in 52 metres out.
He's done a good job, Paddy Jackson on Podolzak. I mean, I know Todd's had a couple of shots, but he's been 45 out, and you're happy to concede those because they're not kicking them.
On that occasion, he drew him wide as well, so he's done some good things, Jackson. So we're 55 out from the Sharks' goal. Not long to go in the half. Ball's tapped down right in front, and now the Burrows diving in top of it. Now it comes out to Morris, but his kick's smothered and it's out of bounds for another throw-in.
Oh, she's
24 minutes into this second quarter. Rupo 4-4-28, Diggers 3-9-27. Real arm wrestle as the Sharks would love to pinch a late one here because Diggers have dominated most of the half. Rucks go at it. One down by Egan, front and centre. Looking for his teammate in Ruan. He can't win the football. Morris comes across against Wright. He tries to pick the football up. There's a high tackle. No, the umpire says play on. Now he's going to pay that high one. And it's going to go to Morris. He's going to get the free kick. Look to launch them inside forward 50. Late chance at a goal here from Rupo. What's Morris going to do? Wants to go long. Sets it up now towards the top of the square. Look for Featon to fly. Can't take the mark. Ball hits the deck. He gets it again. Featon tries to feed the handball out, but he's wrapped up and we'll have another bounce.
Yep, so not long. Last chance here for Rupo to get a goal.
Very dangerous spot for Diggers though. 30 metres out directly in front with a stoppage.
Absolutely. What can they do here, the Sharks? Can they really break the hearts of the Burrows? Lockie Muir was playing for a free kick. Nothing forthcoming. The big ruckman Egan of the Burrows continues on. He just barged through about 3 or 4 Sharks opponents. And there is the siren for half-time, which sees Rupo in front, 4-4-28 over Diggers Rest, 3-9-27.
Oh, they could be bitterly disappointed the Diggers Rest players and coaching staff. They were all over Rupo pretty much the whole quarter, but hey, you got to take your chances, and that's what Rupo are doing. Every time they're going forward, they're scoring. In the last 5 or 10 minutes of that quarter, Rupo started to pick up the pace a little bit and started to get on top. Not a great sign for Diggers. I mean, they're starting to hurt because they're not ahead of like they were expected to be, and Rupo's running power just started to show a little bit towards that last end.
Absolutely. Goal kickers quickly Featon for the Ruperstswood. And they're going for a run here, Diggers Rest, out to the middle of the ground.
Yeah.
We'll keep an eye on that.
Something a bit different?
Yeah, so this is interesting.
You know, they're going to have their half-time in the middle of the ground.
Yeah, so very unorthodox.
You don't want anyone who's probably going to give him a bake. We'll probably hear it from him.
Taking him right to the other side of the square. And very interesting tactic.
Yeah, I think he just wants to keep the playing group together and away from everyone else.
Yeah.
So just
away from the spectators, away from the prying ears, I suppose.
I reckon it'll be beat.
He's going to start at 30 out.
Yeah, so
Lawton up at centre forward.
That's not a bad idea, actually, because he's a smart footballer. If they get it one-on-one quick into him, I mean, he's got the height. He's not much of him.
And it takes a good defender as well.
Doesn't look like a footballer, does he?
No. He's very lanky.
Yeah.
Not much of him at all.
A number 4 draft pick, and I think he was. And,
he was. Just didn't
quite get there.
Quite
most famous for running away from Brendan
Wade. That's right, over at Footy Park.
As we're underway again, siren sounds, Rucks will go at it. Egan versus Muir. Egan wins this one down, Swallow over the football. Jamie Lobb in there just feeding the ball forward as Lawton gets over it. Geez, he's been good. He tries to shovel the handball out. Hetherington, he's been Rupo's best. He gets over the football, just keeps paddling it towards the boundary line. Pressure there from Hine. Needs to get involved in the game, Taylor Hine.
Oh, he's paid a
fend off.
Yeah, gee, I don't know if it was there.
Hetherington will take that free kick. Centre wing. Rupo looking to build up.
Well, if that's 10 metres, I'll bear me backside.
6 minute part to Swallow. Swallow now winds up. Played a good game, Brent Swallow. Kicks down towards half forward. It's all Gleeson. Tommy Gleeson takes the mark, and he will reset for the Burrows.
He goes now, Gleeson. 45-degree angle kick, and he finds Evans. He's going to go switch it again into the middle of the ground, over the head of Clark. Dangerous kick now. Can Rupo rebound? Here they go. Cicero, right foot kick up towards full forward. It's a good mark taken.
Came in too early, Diggers.
Yeah, Gleeson again.
Before they came in.
So he's taken it at centre half back, goes over the head of Tyquin and goes further out wide. So between wing and half back, the Burrows. Little chip looking for McCabe and Morton and Co, and free kick's been paid. Advantage. McCabe keeps going towards centre half forward. He finds Kilty. Brandon started up forward, goes short to Freeth, over his head, running out the back. Got to be careful here, the Sharks. They do well. Hook it back, but Hines sitting under this, looking into the sun. He takes the mark. 60 out from goal. Short chip to Freeth. Good mark out in front. He's 50 out from goal though. Got to go quick. He does. He looks to dodge, but good tackle, Hetherington. Great tackle. And that's a throw, and Hetherington will take it on half-back.
They've got to use their height. They've got to get it down in there quicker and to put it onto boot. Trying to play on from there is not an option.
After last week, Freeth is having a man.
He is.
As Podolzak has it, centre half-back. He'll look to set up Rupo again, very deliberate. Looks out wide towards Muir. He's got a little bit of space out in front of Brandon Kilty. Takes the football onto the right foot. Kicks down towards half forward and out the back. It's a mark down there. I think that's Billy Canolo's changed jumpers. He's in the 9 now. Down towards half forward. It's cleaned up by Sluggett. He kicks out towards the wing looking for Langford. Where he's called out of it by Kilty. Well done. Kilty swings the handball into the middle. Beautifully picked off by Cicero. He goes towards the centre half forward. It's again players just overrunning the footy. Ruan feeds it out wide towards Tyquin. He's wrapped up quickly. He gets back onto it. Left foot kick over the head of Lockie Muir. Swallow picks the football up, swings it out wide to Aidan Muir. Inside forward 50. Tom Gleeson sits under it. Tom Gleeson takes the mark again.
Just came out like a steam train.
Yes, he's just mopping up. He's loving it down there. Intercept marks. It's his third already of the quarter. He kicks up towards the wing. Has a big shove. Umpire says play on. Used his body. It goes and finds Egan, the ruckman.
He's been good, Langford.
He has, and hand passes it off. McCabe, that left foot up towards Freeth, but well worked under it by Kay.
That was a poor choice. They've got the height advantage. They've got Morton down there and they've got Lawton down there, and they kick it to the smallest player there.
Bad kick, and Egan, is going to bring it back. McCabe goes in short, and they're under pressure here. Got to get rid of it. That's holding the ball. Surely threw it away. Yep, and the non-officiating umpire called it.
Rupo picked up a little bit of pressure here at the moment. So just starting to roll their way.
I think it's Hetherington short to Swallow in the middle of the ground. He's really lifted Swallow. That's a chiseler, and he's found the man at centre half forward. Turns and goes on the right foot. Is it Canolo up towards full forward, and it's rushed through for a behind.
So the luckiest footballer running out there at the moment was Tyquin then, because he just stood and watched as the players wheeled in onto the end of their right foot, had a shot at goal. Got to work a little bit harder than that.
4 minutes into this third term. Rupo 4.5.29, Diggers 3.9.27. Melton Toyota, Macedon Rangers
this
class.
This has got a little smell to it that Rupo are starting to roll a little bit here.
They got control of the game.
Diggers are coming in. They're making a few mistakes, coming in too early. Some misses at goal, trying to play on from 50.
Keka McCabe to bring the ball back in. Try to find a target. He goes long down the line looking for Tom Gleeson. Look at those hands. They're warming up for Tommy Gleeson. Fourth mark of the quarter. Pops it over the top looking for lob. It's out in front of him. It'll roll out of bounds. And we'll have a throw in. Direct on centre wing, far side of the ground. Diggers rest 3.9. Ruperstswood 4.5.
Whilst it's out wide, it's right into where Diggers want it. Just scrap it out in the boundary.
5 minutes into the quarter. Rucks will go at it again. It will be Aidan Muir versus Egan. Ball comes in. Rucks go at it. Egan wins it over the back towards Taylor. Taylor beautifully done. Spins out of trouble. Puts it on the boot towards half forward. Stewie Clark versus Chambers. What a matchup. Morton front and centre. Feeds Michael Evans, who goes towards half forward. Kilty over his head. Just nudged under it by his opponent. Langford just not putting in the hard yards. Muscat did. He picked the football up out towards half back. Morton cuts it off.
Yeah, good mark.
And Morton will take the mark and look to send Diggers forward.
He's dangerous for him down the forward line, Morton, when he gets down. I think he's more effective now. If he's not getting the ball midfield, push him forward, and they've got to put their best player in to stop him.
Morton 65 out from goal, goes short, finds Mick Evans. He's off and running, looking to centre the ball. He's got Langford. He goes over the top. Oh, he couldn't bring it down. McCabe's at ground level, got tackled immediately. Now the Sharks through Chambers. He goes up towards the wing. It's a nice kick too. And he finds the target. They go immediately. Featon. He's got Canolo in support. He decides to go inside to Hetherington. They're rolling now. Canolo again. Dodges one. Goes back to Featon. He's 60 out. He dodges one again. Hand passes back to Hetherington. Shoots on goal. Pushed off as he kicked it down to the forward pocket over the back. Is Gleeson again. He's taken 5 marks already for the quarter. And they'll rebound from full back.
Goes out to Sluggett. Defensive 50, they're just going to stop-start again here, the Burrows.
And that all started because down in defence here, the Diggers forwards just didn't work hard enough. There were 5 Rupo players sitting around the ball, and they just ran it out too easy.
Sluggett went towards Lawton, out over the back. Swallow sees it out of bounds, and we'll have a throw in.
And that's a danger side when they're running it.
Oh, yeah.
one end to the other like
if the
that.
Diggers forwards don't lift their game and start working harder, this could just get a little ugly.
And that's what we said at half time. It just looked like they were starting to open it up. Ball to the front of the pack. Swallow can't pick it up. Halliwell goes back and gets it. McCabe, just a scrubby handball. Swallow just puts his head down, turns, gives it to Dylan Podolzak. Inside forward 50, they'll fly. Ball hits the deck. Players on the ground slug it. Feeds the handball out. That's too high.
Yep.
Paddy Jackson will take the free kick.
Yep. Good work by Jackson. He goes across goal. He finds Tykwan. So can they open it up on the fat side here? But numbers pushing over. He's going to go long up the line. One-on-one contest. Morton on Chambers.
Oh, he's been dragged off the
dragged
ball.
off it, surely.
Umpire
said,
too,
yep. So Morton will take the free kick.
Yeah, Cicero just a bit nervous in those one-on-ones.
Yes, absolutely.
Wouldn't you be against Carl Morton?
No, I'd dominate him.
You'd knock him out.
Morton, he's going to go back. Oh, he switched it.
He uses the ball beautifully. He doesn't make skill mistakes.
And it's Evans.
Had a lot of the ball, Mick Evans.
He has. So just taking their time as they like to do, the Burrows. He goes long and strong up the line. Big pack forms. Oh, nearly a mark taken at ground level. They scoop it out. Comes out towards Egan, the big ruckman. Now it's out the back. Can they set it up here through McCabe? High kick towards centre half forward. No one home really. Good work by Kilty to work his man off it, but Lobb, he's got to get on the end of it and work his player. He's going back into trouble. He chips it short. He finds a man. Kilty, Brandon went on, played on.
I reckon that was 15.
Yeah, it was more 15 than other ones we've seen, but he's got out of trouble. And Taylor, I think, on the outer side.
They've got the big fella down there. Egan's down there, and that's where they got to go. Aim it towards him.
So a couple of kicks from goal. He's going very short. He's found a man though, Lawton. He takes it out in front. It's that dangerous spot though, 45 out. It's been difficult to kick all day.
He has made the distance on both occasions, Lawton, but to the right-hand side of the goals.
So he's just going to have to adjust slightly.
So Gav's pretty confident he's going to kick it in, aren't you, Gav?
I don't know whether he'll kick it because he's missed both shots, but he definitely has had the distance 2 times already.
But that's what they got it in quick to their tall forwards, and that's what they've got to do. When they start farting around with the ball up around centre half forward and gives Rupo the opportunity to come back, it's going to hold him up.
Chris Lawton comes in, steps over the 50, 48 metres out, kicks is on its way, and it's gone even further right than it has before.
Aren't they wasting every opportunity they got, the Borough?
Swallow just let him know all about it. As the Sharks bring it in from full back, they're hugging the boundary line, sitting under it. They're going to bring it back in the Burrows, so they've got a chance here. They need to score a goal. There hasn't been one goal yet in this quarter. Egan takes the mark across half forward.
It's the Diggers' rest tools which are causing them all the trouble at the moment.
They've got players lining up across half forward. McCabe goes very short again. Oh, they spoiled each other, but the mark's been taken. It's Evans at centre half forward.
They can't let McCabe get around the back and get those handballs.
He's just thriving off that. Evans goes deep into the pocket.
So that's a poor option.
It's a bad option, isn't it? And it's going to go out of bounds.
That's the hardest pocket to kick a goal from in this ground. And you've got forwards absolutely flying up the middle. I mean, Clark was pushing hard and making a lead, and he just ignored him and then went out to that dead pocket.
So 55 out from goal. Digger's goal, that is, and Egan and Muir do battle. Went over his head. Egan got the secondary tap down, and it's just hacked out of there by the Sharks. Can they get a mark? No, good fist over the top, and it's Jackson who followed up again. Hand passed it out. Digger's just working in a phone box over there. Can't get it out. Comes out to Tykwan eventually. Looking for a switch out the back. Not coming. Here's right. Left foot ball finds Clark. Here's a bit better play. Gets it off to McCabe. Spearing ball. That's a good kick to Kilty. Brandon, he goes quickly. He tries to dodge one. Crosses 50. Pops it up towards full forward. Who's waiting there? There's 3 Sharks. And they're able to mop up pretty easily through Chambers, and he just bombs it out of the full back.
Chambers looking out towards half back. Clark comes out, does well, but the free kick's been paid against him.
Good call.
It will go to Cannon. He plays on quickly, looks into the middle of the ground, finds Sultana. Takes the mark. Rupo looking to open this one up. 2 players collide in the middle of the ground. Opens it up. Swallow goes towards half forward. Billy Canolos tried to get out the back. Gleeson flies. Lands on his head. He's in trouble. Hetherington picks it up. Handball over the top. Podolzak under pressure. He's missed. What a fantastic tackle by Tykwan as Podolzak kicks his 3rd behind of the day. And that takes Rupo 4-6-30. Diggers 3-9-27 on the belt. Toyota.
Diggers like you wouldn't believe, because they had all the play, and then they just a quick transition down the other end of the ground. When you've had all the play, it just breaks your heart.
as the kick comes out long towards Stewie Clark in a mountain of space. Marks on half-back, looks into board, tries to find a teammate in Taylor. He can't take the mark, but tats it to his own advantage. Puts it down to half-forward, Egan against Muir. Ball hits the deck, good contest between these two all day. Ball rolls out of bounds and we'll have a throw in. Half-forward for Diggers Rest, looking to go inside forward 50 and attack. They'd still be pretty happy that they're still within touching distance.
12 minutes into the third, 3 points down. Diggers Rest, 3-9-27, Ruperstswood 4-6-30. So still up for grabs. Egan goes up, one down by Muir. Coming out towards Morris of the Sharks, just hacking it forward, looking to get some meterage. The Burrows are going to hold it up though, and we'll have a ball up on the outer wing.
Gee, aren't we going to be in for a ripping last quarter when this comes? It's this gap of 3/4 time.
It's just tight and tough at the moment. Rucks going at Muir, wins it down, but straight to an opponent. Goes towards half forward. Morton's got a little bit of space on Cicero, turns him inside out. Kicks down towards half forward. It's a nice kick, but great spoil by Kay. Goes out of bounds and we'll have a throw in. As the Burrows looking to move forward. Mark Freeth off the ground at the moment. Josh Wallace has gone forward as their small forward now.
You'll be trying to get Freethy back on as quick as you can, but you need him to play up around the contest.
He's just having a mare at the moment. Rucks go at it. Muir just knocks it back front and centre. Lockie Langford leads in the race. He'll see it over the boundary. We'll have another throw in.
I like the move of Carl Morton going forward, though. That really has given him an option.
It's given him a different look.
And his skill, he hits his targets, and that's really important.
And he's forced a good defender to go onto him.
Yeah.
It takes him out of the game, doesn't it?
Even, they try and shut him down every week, but it takes it, you're right, takes it out.
Egan smashes the ball towards half forward. Lob just knocks it towards Morton. Can't pick it up. He follows up with a great tackle, and he wraps up his opponent 55 metres out from goal. We'll have another bounce.
We've said this week in, week out, the tackling ability in this level of football has gone through the roof, and they really have trained it up, and it's of a really high standard.
Ball's thrown up at 55 out from their goal, but it's gone the other way for the Sharks. Podolzak was the one left standing. He recovers. He's just not sitting for him at the moment. He gets it eventually, waiting for some options to present. He goes up towards half forward, but it's to the advantage of Gleeson again. Couldn't take the mark, and players dive on top of it. The umpire looks as if he's going to ping him. Oh, he has. That's a pretty tough call, you've got to say. Now it comes out to the Sharks, dodging, weaving, going towards goal, and that hurts. That hurts a lot.
Canelo.
And it was Canelo who kicked the goal, and that is an absolute dagger in the heart of the Burrows.
The Diggers Rest backmen, when they see the ball shoot out behind the contest, they must just about have kittens, because feeding them, the Ruperswood are on it like a hawk. They are so quick out the back, and that's what happened then. It came down, the ball rolled out, and the two Diggers players, all they wanted to do was kill the contest. Unfortunately, they were the only two players laying on the ground.
That's right.
And that's where the free kick come out of.
Billy Canolo gets his first of the afternoon. Rupo 5-6-36, Diggers Rest 3-9-27, Melton Toyota, Macedon Rangers Glass.
Rucks go at it again. It's knocked out. Taylor Hine being quiet today. Gets a right foot kick down towards Lob in a one-on-one contest. It's one out of there by Halliwell. He hacks it towards half forward. Well done out there by Caldone. Just strong in the contest. Almost kept his feet. Fell over at the last minute. Cicero gets a left foot kick towards half forward. Sluggett controls the ball. Puts his head over it. Tries to feed it forward. Taylor Hine just shoves off one. Gets it out to McCabe. McCabe with a dribbling kick towards half forward. Michael Evans comes at it. Halliwell comes at it. Cicero gets it. Right left foot kick towards half forward. Sultana leads his opponent up. That's Tyquin. Tries to step around and does. Feeds the ball into the middle. Gibb can't get the ball. Morton does well. Feeds to Sluggett into the middle to Lawton. He's wrapped up straight away by Muir. Sorry, Aiden Muir that is, and we'll have a bounce right in the middle of Clark Oval.
Said before, it's starting to open up a little bit Sharks way. They're just getting the ball out in the open, getting the first contest.
Egan gets the tap down. Morton charging through. Can he pick it up? He does. He shrugs one. He gets a kick away just in the nick of time. Comes out to Clark. Clark and Chambers going at it. He couldn't pick it up, Clark, and Chambers was able to get back, but they're still in with the show here, the Burrows. Clark gets on the end of it again, but harassed by Morris, and it's going close to the boundary line. In there again is Clark, and the Sharks did well just to hold that up, and they're going to force a stoppage on the outer side. So it's a 9-point ball game, 16 minutes gone, and the Sharks in front. And Diggers Rest, they just love a goal. They haven't scored one in this quarter, only the one goal for either side. Ball's hacked forward by the Burrows. Going towards Lawton, he couldn't trap it. Coming in hard there was Kilty, went over at it. Now the Sharks work it out through hair pass, gets it to Chambers, hacks it long, finds Sultana, but there's 3 Burrows in. One of them is right. Hand passes to himself, looking to get on the end of it again. Big hit laid over there as well. Another big hit. They're going in hard, and the pack forms. The umpire's going to ping someone here. He is. It's going the way of the Burrows. Dived on top of it. I think it might have been Morris.
Morton's in the middle, and they just they found him here.
Morton's on. Got to take this, Morton. He does. Now they've got a player running wide again.
You've got to give it over.
Yeah, he's got to go. Jackson's run forward. Now he's got to use this well. He chips it inside. It's a half volley for the big fella. He couldn't take it.
Hasn't got the footy.
And Chambers got to go back. Jackson goes in there. They're scrapping for it at half forward. Chambers mops up, gets it out now. And the Sharks are away through Serini, but it's turned over again in midfield. Hacked forward towards Brandon Kilty. Nice pickup. He takes on one and he's gone. He's gone. He took on too many.
From Rupo's lifted again.
So it's going to be at centre half back. The Sharks, a frenetic minute or so there from both sides.
Hetherington moves the ball out towards the wing, finds Podolzak Todd. He takes the mark centre wing, not used to being this far out from goal. He drives the ball down towards half forward. It's a nice looking kick. Finds his teammate Dylan Featon. Turns onto the left, steps inside onto the right, left foot kick, down towards full forward is a floater. Taekwon under tackle pressure, feeds the football back, finds a teammate as they've coughed this one up. Sultana puts pressure on, Taekwon just hacks it out of that defensive 50 post. It's up towards the centre of the ground, Hine can't pick it up. Those players are falling over all over the place. Lob gets it out to Aiken. Aiken swings the ball towards the wing, putting the head over the foot is Kilty, he can't win it. Players dive in again all over the ball. It's going nowhere at the moment as Muir feeds the handball forward. Another smothered handball in there from Morris as the Borough try to bust their way through. It is absolutely going nowhere. Tackle wrapped up. Bounce the ball for God's sakes.
And the umpire swallowed the whistle. He's just going to let it go.
Letting it go, that's for sure. So between wing and half forward for the Sharks. Big fist over the top by Egan, starting to assert his dominance in the ruck. Here they go on the outer side, the Burrows. They missed the target. They were out too. It was.
That's because the pressure is. Rupo have lifted the pressure, and they're now having to really rush their kicks, and that's why they're missing their targets.
That's right. They were
just time to settle down a little bit. The Borough, they're not out of it.
So they've got it forward. The Borough between wing and half forward. Must score soon, and they need to do it quick. Ball comes out the back though.
Good smother.
Good smother laid. Morris is in and under for the Sharks. Little banana kick, but it's Podolzak who won out. Got a kick going forward. Now it's a foot race. They tripped over each other, the Borough players. Now it's Sultana running into an open goal. He's going to pop it over the top. He's gone too far though. Has he got time to recover? Hand passes over the top again. It's a goal for the Sharks. And it's going to be Podolzak who got on the end of it.
And there's a Diggers player in big trouble when his mate went under his legs. I think he took his knee out, and I think he has actually taken the knee out.
So
Podolzak, he's in all sorts of trouble.
Gets on the end of it, and that increases the lead. Rupo 6-6-42.
Trying to see who that is out there.
3-9-27. Melton Toyota, Macedon Rangers glass scoreboard. 20 minutes gone in the third quarter.
That's
not
Matty
Morton,
Jackson,
is it?
by the looks of it.
13, is it?
Yeah, Jackson.
Jackson.
Yep, he's been pretty good
in
today.
A lot of pain.
Oh yeah, that would have really hurt.
Worst thing is he's a defender too, so this ball's going to go up, and Canolo is all by himself. Rucks go at it, tap down. They desperately need to win this, or Canolo's going to get it. Evans kicks it forward. Lob gets out the back, feeds an underground handball to Krull. He can't get it forward. Great tackle pressure from the Sharks. Ball still trying to be moved forward. Lob's trying to lock it up. He will, and it'll be a bounce 50 metres out from goal. Have a look at this. Rupo have got 3 players standing by themselves across the middle.
They look very panicky, the Borough, at the moment, don't they?
Yes, it's panic stations.
Rucks go at it again. Muir wins it down. They must keep this ball in here, Diggers, because if it gets out, they're in trouble. Egan over the football, knocks it forward. Morris now, he works forward, gets a quick kick out. And here are the numbers. Sultana, that is... Cannon picks the football up. Great smother by McCabe. Gets it back. Hine inside forward 50. Great kick. Aiken takes the mark. He's got Evans on. Evans over the top inside forward 50. Turns, kicks. He's got it. And Mick Evans
He still fought that horrible 45 out from here, and that is a really tough kick today.
And we know first quarter he missed 2 from this distance.
Well, if hopefully he's learned, but that is a really hard kick from here.
Mick Evans, massive kick for the Borough because Rupo have just got a bit of a gap on him now. And the siren sounded. Short quarter, only 2 goals kicked in it so far, so this is for the 3rd goal of the quarter. Both goals going to Rupo. Mick Evans, kick on the way for some momentum. He's got it!
He's got it!
He's got it! And the Borough will get around him as they have stayed in touch. A beautiful goal to finish the quarter.
Well, that's going to put some spite into the last quarter and a bit of momentum for the Borough then, and the Sharks thought they had it all over them and were going to come home with a wet sail, but they've lifted again. The Borough, they're the ultimate finals professionals, aren't they, really? They know how to win them. And Rupo, they're in a bit unfamiliar territory getting this far into a finals campaign, and let's hope they don't get jittery, but oh dear. But I will.
Grand final on the line next week. Who's going to stand up and be counted? It's all to play for in this last 20 or so minutes.
Thanks to Melton Toyota and Macedon Rangers Glass this last quarter. Brought to you by Highlands FM. Ball aloft, siren sounds, 9-point lead to the Sharks. Rucks go at it, Egan wins it down. Lockie Muir gets over the football, can't get a clear tap though. Swallow picks it up, tackled by Taylor, and we'll have a bounce. Early in this last quarter, we're hoping to see an early Diggers goal because this could be a ripping last stanza. Egan wins it down again. Swallow just taps it forward. McCabe knocks it forward. Out towards Swallow. He dives on the footy. So does Taylor. Muir feeds it out wide to Dylan Podolzak. He goes down towards half forward. Johnny Ryan goes over his head. He just knocked down. Chambers has gone forward for the Sharks. Into Morris. He kicks inside forward 50 looking for Podolzak. Coming up at the footy. Poor bounce. Stephen Ruan cleans up for the Burrows and gets a clearing kick out towards Sean Egan. In a one-on-one, Lockie Muir does well, brings the ball to ground. Brandon Kilty hasn't had the greatest of days, but putting pressure on and the ball rolls out of bounds.
They were lucky, the Borough, then. There were 4 Sharks just hanging around there.
Yep.
Because you say schooling around, waiting for an easy one. I'm not sure if that's the right word.
They smell blood. And it's a good call there, Gav. Chambers has gone forward, so looking for a good marking target. Ball's thrown in right in front of our balcony position here. Morton gets on the end of the crumbs. A good tackle comes out now to the Sharks. Going towards that man. Chambers in a one-on-one. Look to go with the one hand. But good work defensively by the Borough. But it comes out to Sultana. He's stripped of it. Now they go in again. The Borough, they're able to lock it up. 45 out from the Sharks' goal.
That is a clever. Brady Chambers has gone before in Ballarat football and kicked multiple goals. He's a really good goal kicker.
Ball goes up again. Good tap down by Muir straight to Gleeson, who pumps it up towards the middle of the ground. No one could grab it. Lobs in there. Now it comes out towards Freeth. He overran it. Here they go, the Borough. They're just getting stopped in the middle, and it's come out through Swallow up towards Podolzak. Dylan at half forward. He overruns it. Oh, that was a bad effort by Hine there. Should have gone for it. Comes up towards Cannon, but it's fallen to Podolzak. Todd, he's kicked it from 20 out around the body. An important goal.
Absolutely. That is a real heartbreaker for the Borough. They've just seemed like they've dropped off a little bit. All the speed's picked up from Rupo. Rupo was sniffing blood. The Sharks, well, that's a poor analogy, but you know what I mean. They're just they got one-on-one. They were a little bit harder to the footy. Taylor Hine, he had an opportunity to put himself on the line.
I don't reckon Taylor Hine's right. He has not had a good day. And his attack on the football then just wasn't good enough.
He's got a limp.
And through the middle of the ground, we saw Stewie Clark had the ball, could have fed to Mark Freeth, but didn't.
Yes.
You know, just those little errors which will cost you a game of footy. Rucks go at it. Halliwell wins it down. It's Kilty trying to get the ball, storming through his Hine this time. Handballs to himself, loses the ball. Swallows. Evans in there. Had a great game today. Just throws it on the boot. Big barrel inside forward 50. No one goes up against.
3 Diggers players just stood and looked at him.
Kick out wide goes to Swallow. He dives. Can't take the mark. Krull looking to put pressure on. Gets over the football. Muscat just wraps him up. Ball out towards Lob. Lob feeds the handball into the middle of the ground. Mick Evans leads the race. Egan gets in his way. Ball comes out the back towards McCabe. He overruns it. This is where the danger comes as Chambers feeds out to Sultana. Back to Chambers. He carries to 50. No one in the goal square. Goes long towards goal. He's put it across the face and it's out of bounds.
Tired, Diggers. They do look tired.
They're overrunning the footy and not bending over to pick it up.
15-point lead to the Sharks. 3.5 minutes into this last term.
Yes, all thanks Melton Toyota, Macedon Rangers Glass. This is danger times for the Boroughs. 25 out from the Sharks' goal, tapped over. Podolzak, Todd gets a hand pass out the back. Now they look to set up again. Lockie Muir couldn't get a handle on it. Podolzak got manhandled. Sultana, clever little tap, only as far as the Borough defence. Chambers, he's been in everything up forward. Snapper around the body, it looks pretty good. It's there.
That is a ripper.
Brett Chambers, take a bow. 8 goals, 6, 54, and Diggers rest 4-9-33. 4 minutes in, the last quarter.
They have just booked themselves a grand final berth, their first history in Riddle District.
21 points up. It's going to be tough from here for the
tough
Borough.
You've only kicked 33 for the day, and you're going to find 21 3/4 of a quarter of footy, and it's not in them. They just look tired, Diggers. They just look like they've given everything, and they've just run out of go.
First 2 goals of the quarter to the Sharks. 5 minutes
points.
or 4.5 minutes into this quarter. Rupo 8-6-54, Diggers 4-9-33, Melton Toyota, Macedon Rangers Glass scoreboard. Lockie Muir goes to get the out of the middle, but there's going to be a free kick. It's going to go up to Mick Evans.
Yeah, what do they do, Paul, the Boroughs?
I don't think they've got the legs, mate.
It's
not about what they can do, it's just don't think they've got the legs in them to be able to do
Evans
this.
goes long to half forward looking for Hine. He can't win the football off the mark, gets the football back, tries the don't argue, keeps it in. Well done, Taylor Hine. Right foot kick inside 50 is turned over, and it's an easy relieving mark for the Sharks.
So the Sharks, they look to rebound, they find Hetherington, and what a start to the last quarter.
God, what a luxury to have Brett Chambers to be able to throw forward for any club.
Absolutely, and he's just caused chaos up there. They just haven't been able to match up on him. Hetherington takes a bounce, runs through centre half back, all too easy. Pumps it in towards, out to grass, as they say. Chasing after it out wide. Can they pick it up? Not quite. Yes, here they go. Takes a bounce on the outer side.
He's just burnt Morton off.
He does, and he's gone towards full forward over the top. Beaton takes a nice clunk, if you don't mind.
This is opened right up now.
Yes.
The Borough are cooked.
They are, hands on hips.
Let's cook a... No, let's not go there.
Nicely
So
done.
we're going to cook a Borough.
That's one for you, mate, so well done. And
put that in the book.
That's it. So Featon, he's got 2 already. He's been a dangerous sort of player up forward for the Sharks, and this for a 27-point lead. It's just busted open. So he's 25 out. Very acute angle. It'll take a pretty good kick. Comes in very slow, deliberate. Left foot kick is on its way. It's narrow for a behind. So
just leaves the door a tiny bit ajar for the Borough
there.
there.
We go. That's what we like. Keep
2-3 for the day for Featon.
Yes. You got some netball scores there, Paul?
We do. We had Lancefield beat Melton Centrals 55-46 in the A grade. So Lancefield go through to the grand final. Rupo had a win in the B grade. Rupo 44 defeated Riddle 23. And in the C grade, Diggers have got 1 through to the grand final. That's Diggers 24 defeated Melton Centrals 18.
As Langford tries to play on, he gets dispossessed in the tackle. Feeds a running Sluggett. He just pops it over the top. Nice little kick, Egan. I have no idea what he was doing. He just threw one arm in the air.
They're just popping them up now.
One arm in the air, all by himself, 15 metres in the clear, and did not even get near it. As we will have a throw in 60 metres around from the Rupo goal, and I think we're just about ready to call this one. Stick a fork in her.
She's just about all over, mate.
As Egan wins the tap down, players just piling in there again. Evans for Diggers have tried hard all day. Ball pops out, Lockie Muir feeds it over the top as they just absolutely try to poleaxe Gibb, and he will get the free kick. 65 metres out from the Sharks' goal.
And this is the dangerous one. You've got Brady Chambers, you've got Podolzak and all. They've got their best marking and the best players down in the deep forward.
Gibb goes long inside forward 50. Players will set. Chambers has flown over the top. Taken a ripper. The problem was they had a bloke in front.
He's playing like Royce Hart.
Nobody went with Chambers in the air.
He's the best player in the competition in my eyes. I mean, he's the most versatile, but he's just captain consistency, and he's just a terrific footballer, and has been for years.
15 metres out, not much angle, no angle to speak of. Brett Chambers to absolutely 100% put Ruperstswood through to their first grand final in the Riddle District Football Netball League. Chambers comes in, right foot kick on its way. It is home. It is over. Ruperstswood will go through to a grand final.
Yes, a great call, Gav. And Chambers just, what a great move. We called it from the box, but good work to Kev Fitzgerald for making the move.
It's the first time in this final series he's actually thrown Brady forward. And I mean,
What a great
I've seen it done a few times. Serge Power used to do it to him a couple of times, throwing forward and create goals. But Brady Chambers at the moment, he just reads the ball better than anybody in this competition.
Reads it in flight so well, doesn't he?
Man, they're going to be playing the Cats next week. That's going to be a cracker. If it's a dry day, two fast-running teams. See all the Macedon people all heading home now down there. They're all the hierarchy.
Yep, so 9-7-61, Rupo 4-9-33 Diggers. It's all done. We're 9 minutes into the last. Ball's in dispute. Kick going forward by the Boroughs. Can they just muster something? I don't think they will. Clark gets a tap over the top. And he goes in again. He fell over at the crucial stage. And the Sharks wrapped up is there. Musket. And we'll have a ball up.
Gee, I think on the Boroughs recruiting list is going to be a little bit of speed and the key forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's going to be their main recruiting aim this year.
Going up again and tapped out. And by Kroll it was. Comes out to Musket though. And he goes out wide looking for a mark. Not going to get it. It's Gibb. Hand passes to himself. And it's a dangerous sort of spot here for the Boroughs. Can they get something going? No, it's that brick wall out in the half-back line of the Sharks. Muir, Aidan Muir, that is. Hand passes over the top, back to Gibb. Little chip over the top. He finds Cannon.
They're just jogging now, Diggers. The urgency's gone out of it. They know it's over.
Cannon goes up to Todd Podolzak with a good fist over the top by it was Ruan. Got it out towards the boundary, and it's going close. It's kept in. It's fighting over it. It's a bit of slow motion out there. The Sharks go through Sultana, just hacks it forward, and it's a good mark taken by Gleeson at half-back. And he goes directly up the middle. He finds Mick Evans. So Mick Evans probably been one of their best players. Goes out wide to find Stuart Clark. Goes back to Evans, running hard.
He has
takes
tried
a nice
really
mark.
hard, Mick Evans. He's been a good player for all.
Really good.
And
really
he's
it's a little bit of a lone hand, to be honest with you.
Really.
A couple of the big names haven't played well at all.
And he's been having to take all their shots at goal. And it comes out to Swallow, though, on half-back. They just pump it forward. There's Evans again. So he's just racking up some touches here. Drives it towards centre-half forward. 2-on-2. Who can take it? And it's a good mark. I think that might be Langford there.
Yeah, still that horrible 45 out here, and it's in a hard kick.
It is, and the wind probably coming across his right cheek.
Mick Evans on his haunches, he's just about cooked.
He's tried his heart out as Mick Evans.
He's calling to come off, he's had enough.
Let me have a
Taylor's going to come on for him. So Lockie Langford a chance here to get a goal, bring it back to 22 points. We're 11 minutes into the last, and they just haven't looked like it though, unfortunately, the Boroughs. Langford from 50, pops it up. It's a good kick. It's going left though.
I mean, the Sharks are only about 5 minutes away from taking their foot off the accelerator and just cruising to the end to put themselves and look after it.
Cotton wool.
Yeah, look after yourself for a grand final,
Look,
mate.
let's be honest. The first half cost Diggers rest.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep,
they should have been 3 or 4 goals up at half time.
They dominated the contest for the first half, but that lack of scoreboard pressure in the end has cost them this contest.
Yeah. It's as simple as that, isn't it?
Ball out towards the wing. We can have another throw in as the buzz has gone out of the game, and we see people starting to head home. I think they're trying to beat the traffic. The 20,000, 50, 90,000 people that are here.
Well, Ken bottleneck out there at the gate. Last week I got caught out there.
As the ball comes down, Kilty feeds the handball to Sluggett. Tried hard all day, Sluggett. Goes to set up forward. Sean Egan takes a mark.
So Egan's done well for him. He stood up.
Right foot kick inside 50. Aitken will fly. Ball hits the deck. Freeth has had a dirty day. Out towards McCabe. McCabe throws it on the boot. Misses.
Kegger hasn't had one of his favourite days either. I mean, he's missed some goals he should have kicked.
Yeah, he missed a couple.
Freeth hasn't really been effective. It's their deep forwards they've got nothing out of, to be honest with you.
That's right.
4-11-35, 9-7, 61, 12 and a half minutes.
He's gone over the line, so there'll be a ball.
Gone over the line, ball up. Coming here, the Diggers.
But all the Diggers players have got their hands on their heads. You can just see it in their body language that this is done.
They know it's done.
Macedon Rangers Glass, Melton Toyota. Thank you to our major sponsors who have got us on the radio this year and got us through this final series. And we've got
cracking.
3 games left.
We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them, mate. That's for sure.
As the ball comes down, Langford swoops on the ball, turns around, tries to kick backwards, can't find Taylor, he just toe pokes out towards that half-back line, follows it up, does well, taps it to himself. He's been good today too, Taylor. Should get a free kick, doesn't, and we will have a throw in.
I just remind everybody that next Sunday is our grand final at Romsey Park, not Saturday, Sunday.
3 to go.
3 to go. They're absolute crackers as well, they promise to be. The ball's thrown in, 35 out from the Boroughs goal, hacked out of there by Cicero, I think it was, and it gets it out to Tyquin though. Hand passes out wide. Little dribbling ball towards half forward, but the Sharks are there just to rebound. They do that very, very well, and they found a target out on the outer wing. Chambers again.
Yeah,
so
Chambers been fantastic.
he's just turned this game on his own boot, and he goes up towards Todd Podolzak. All the Burrows defenders flew.
Yep.
No one stayed down. Now the Sharks are holding the ball, so they get away with it there.
Oh, a little bit to go on with.
Yeah, so there's a bit
I'll tell you what, on the bottom of the pack there, that Sharks player, I would not be throwing those little cheapies right now.
Not now.
Ball goes into the middle of the ground, finds Josh Wallace. He'll look to swing the ball as a switch. Carl Morton behind the footy, takes the mark. Morton just holding the ball up, has nowhere really to go. Looks for Corey Wright, who did well, worked hard up at the ball. Wasn't able to collect it, goes back after it again, picks it up, spins, does nicely, gets around his opponent, kicks down towards half forward Freeth, who's been beaten comprehensively today, but comes out of it this way with the ball. Cam McCabe comes up and the ball is just given a little bit of a clip.
Bit going on between Swallow and Clark out in the wing here.
Yep.
As Chambers just got back and cut it off again. Looks out towards the wing, finds Dylan Featon. It goes straight through his hands towards the boundary. It stayed in though. Featon's got it. Looks inboard, finds Sultana.
Good coaching by Kevin Fitzgerald. Just bring him off. He's one of the better players. Settle him down.
Sultana now looking towards half forward, finding a teammate. And Hetherington's more than happy just to soak it up a little bit here. 15
gone. They're just going to stroll to the end now.
3 goals only kicked for the quarter. So the Sharks plays on. Hetherington just walks around the opponent on the goal, on the mark. Kicks a tumble punt to half forward. Kilty tries to take on 2 tacklers. Tries to take him on again. He is absolutely gone.
And throws one out too.
Free kick to Sultana. He will go back and look to wind up inside forward 50. Podolzak is the target. Goes over his head. Morton cuts it off.
We've called young Sultana's name a few times today. He's one of a good bunch.
He's a lively type. There we go. He's got 2 on the board, Paul. Nicely
done. I'm not firing on all cylinders here at the moment, but that'll do.
We're just working up to next week. That's
we'll
right. So we're at centre half back here for the Burrows. Their season's done and dusted, and that's a bad kick, and it's turned straight over to Hetherington, and he'll chip it inboard, and he finds Morris with the sleeve on the right arm. He goes out wide, and they've just got acres of space here, the Sharks. They drill it in towards Featon. A good contest by Ryan. He sees it over the boundary line. So we'll have it thrown in about 50 out from goal. And scoreboard reads 9-7-61 the Sharks. Diggers rest 4-11-35. We've gone 16 minutes into the last quarter on the Melton Toyota Macedon Rangers glass scoreboard.
Sounds like the disco going on in the background there, mate.
Yeah, it's been going on all day. I don't know what's going on out there, but
bit of doof-doof.
They've been loving it as Muir wins the hit down the front. Hetherington around the body, inside forward 50 feet, leads up at the football. Can't take the mark as players just dive in there. Caldone over the football, and we'll have a bounce 25 metres out from the Sharks' goal.
Some very, very tired-looking players on both sides, mate, and they're just going to be looking for the siren.
That's right. It's probably only about 5 or so minutes left.
They're going to be two very excited football clubs this week, Macedon and Rupo. Grand finals, unfamiliar territory, certainly for the Cats.
Yep, Kilty brings it out from full back. He's got no one to go to. Eventually has support. Now through Ruan, kicks it up towards Freeth. He's had a dog of a day. Couldn't get on that occasion. Now a short little chip. It was a nothing kick. Came back there to Egan, Nash Egan, full forward. No one could take the mark. Featon was down there. Hetherington gets there first. He bursts from 1 tackle, but the boundary line beats him, and we'll have a throw in.
It'd be interesting with Diggers to see how many of these players stay with the club or the changes are going to happen. I mean, you probably expect guys like Morton and them maybe to move on. I'm not sure 100% what's going on there, but
it'll be interesting to see what they do. But they've obviously had a nice little successful patch. They would have hoped to have gone a bit further as kick comes out. Mark's taken here by Caldone. Swings inside to Canolo. Cut off by Mick Evans. Worked really hard today. Has a bounce. Has another. Up towards the wing. Don't argue. 1. Gets past, tries to handball into the middle of the ground. Taylor had a pretty good game today. Off to Lawton, also played okay today. In towards Mick Evans again. He just loses the ball, dispossessed in a tackle. This is what Rupo's done all day. Lockie Muir, inside forward 50. They'll fly. Ball hits the deck. Ruan stayed down. He'll clean it up, and Taylor Hine will clear from defensive 50.
Yes, Hine goes up towards the wing. Freeth's got about 2 to beat. He taps it in front of himself. He gets possession. Hand passes it away, only as far as Dylan Podolzak. Great effort by him to get up from a broken hand. Gets it out to Lawton. Here's Freeth again, dodging, weaving. He's got Clark, who gives him a nice shepherd, and he drills a ball and he finds Langford. And he's about 75 out from goal. Chips it short, looking for McCabe. Can't take it on the chest, but recovers well. Goes on the left. Pops it up towards half forward. Waiting over the back is Taylor. He's got a little bit of time. Can he turn and go on the left boot? Fires a goal. It's away to the left for a behind.
And that's what they've been doing all day, blazing and missing.
Yes, they have. It's
and
the story of the day.
It has, look, and it's really cost them. They've had 16 scoring shots each.
Yep.
And yet you're this distance behind. I mean, that first half absolutely has killed the club.
Yeah, it has.
And it's cost them a grand final berth, that inaccurate kicking, some really poor shots.
4-12-36, 9-7-61, Ruperstswood on the way to a grand final. 19 and a half minutes gone. Chambers finds his teammate back pocket. Rupo happy to kill some time here. Diggers aren't chasing too hard. It's a poor kick. Could have been turned over, but good contest out there. Hetherington picks it up and bursts through the middle of the ground. Kicks out to Nash Egan. He takes the mark, looks for the switch. Canolo out in space, takes the mark. He will settle and pop it over the top. Swallow and a teammate out here, Gipp. Gipp plays on quickly, moves around Josh Wallace, just drives a little ball down towards Podolzak. Can't pick it up, just fumbles it along in front of himself. Swallow goes in low and hard. Well done, Cannon. Does beautifully, picks it up. Swings out wide to a teammate, Nagnello. He goes backwards to Canolo, and Canolo will find Podolzak out on half forward.
Yes, Podolzak takes it. Dylan.
The kid has got a broken ankle and an advantage on him. He's a tough kid.
He is. He's amazing effort to get up, and he goes on the left, drives it up towards a big pack of players. As someone jumped early there. There's a free kick surely to Rupo. Yeah, it was Kilty. Oh, it's play on advantage, and Featon just dawdles in and kicks a goal. Absolute sealer. He's got 3, and Rupertswood, they're just dancing towards the grand final now. And they're 10-7-67, Diggers rest, 4-12-36, 20 and a half minutes gone on the Melton Toyota Macedon Rangers glass scoreboard.
Yes, and the Diggers boys can't wait to hear the siren, I think. They realise it's all over for the year.
Yeah, 4 last quarter goals here for the Sharks. They've just put it away nicely. They did what they had to do. They fought through. Diggers gave everything they had. They dominated the first half, but we sort of predicted at half-time that they were going to start to run out of legs.
And a player was in.
Certainly did. We're going to have a score review by the looks of it.
Free kick. Someone must have just cut in front of the square.
Krull's going to take the free kick. He will just bomb this as long as he can inside forward 50 as he winds up now. Kicks it deep inside 50, looking for Lawton. Lawton comes up with the foot, he can't mark. Halliwell gets the spoil. Lob does well, comes across, kicks around his body towards McCabe inside forward 50. Ball hits the deck, Freeth comes across, it's too high. And Mark Freeth will get the shot on goal as he goes in and wants to get into push and shove.
Get over Serini out of there, boy. You've got a grand final next week.
Yep. You've been rolled today and you've had a shocker, Freethy. Just go back and get a goal.
They've had too many players that just come in and
He's going to love to hear this broadcast. You've given it to him all day, Gav.
Well, let's be honest, he has struggled today. Yes. He's put it on the way and he's kicked one.
Yep, so there you go.
Coming off 4 goals last week, and he was so dangerous last week. And
junk time goal.
It is. A couple of minutes left, that's all that could be left.
They've only had about 1 or 2 players who put in a 4-quarter effort.
Mickey Evans has been their best player. He nearly beat G.
But they've had too many that just come in and out of the game.
Actually, between both sides, Mick Evans is pretty close to best.
Yeah.
Look, Lawton really started well. He's died off. Jamie Lobbs had really 0 impact on the game.
So
Keegan McCabe's had 0 impact on it.
They go missing. Yep.
It's just, they just can't afford it. Taylor Hine was okay, and then Morton.
So ball's back in the middle now.
Taylor Hine's had no impact.
Absolutely. Swallow sharks it.
There's my best on ground.
Swallow.
Yep, I think he's dominated today's game.
Takes it. At defensive 50, goes out wide and he finds Lob.
And the 2 guys who said no influence have now got some influence.
Yeah, it's junk time though, Paul.
But that's a poor kick.
That's a bad kick. He gave his teammate a bit of work to do. Langford got a hand pass over the top to Aitken. Shrugged the tackle. Ball spills out and here go the Sharks. Oh, they got numbers loose out on the outer side. Sultana.
Shawnee Hetherington's played a pretty damn good game.
He's been good. Had a good spread.
Well, we do have to give him an award. We've got to find someone who's our best player.
I'm on Swallow. I think he's been massive today. Just around those contests, he's been absolutely
in and under everything. So they just go back here, the Sharks, running down the clock, 23 minutes, 25-point lead. Got themselves in a grand final. They kick it to Hetherington. And
he's nearly my favourite, Hetherington. I like his game today, and I also like Brady Chambers when he needed to be one. Guess who they throw forward?
He stood up, didn't he? Kicked those goals and just made a presence up forward.
Week, so no way.
Goes up towards half forward now, and a mark's taken.
He's going to have a
His wife said she loved the coffee, so they need another one.
Podolzak on the lead over his head. Sultana's roving. Can he get it on the end of it? Not quite. Clark for the Bows in there. He's going to hold this up, and we'll have a ball up. 24 minutes gone.
Yeah, everyone's heading home.
That's right. So
the ground's emptying out really quick. Except all the Rupo people, they're all down there about to pat the coach on the back very shortly to get them into the grand final.
Oh, Shark, there it is. The Sharks through to a grand final in 2017.
No, I don't think they're going to pay it. No
goal. So the score is 10-7-67, the Sharks, 5-12-42, Diggers rest. And they're into a grand final to face the Macedon Cats, Rupertswood. Great performance.
That's going to be a cracker. Let's go to the goal kickers. We've got Brady Chambers for Rupo with 2. Swallow, who's Gav's favourite for BOG. He got 1 goal. Featon, he got 3 goals. Canelo 1. Podolzak 2. Hetherington 1. And that was for Rupo. I go over to the Borough. Freethy got 1. Wright got 1. Kroll got 1. And Evans got 2. And which is a disappointing day for the Borough to finish the year like that.
Absolutely, yeah. They had it in their hands in the second quarter. They just weren't able to capitalise, as we've mentioned. Goal kicking cost them a grand final spot.
And it's going to be an absolute cracker. They're the best 2 teams all year. They're in the grand final. They both deserve to be there. They're both running sides. If we get a dry day next week, it is going to be game on. And everyone says Macedon are a step above everyone else. If Rupo can play the football we know they can play, the Cats are going to have their work cut out, and that's for sure. Going to be an absolute cracker. Best players, let's touch through them. Oh, look, I really like the job.
For Diggers.
For Diggers, Stu had to Diggers. I mean, Freethy's had a dirty day. Lob had a bit of it. Lawton in the first half was really good for him.
McCabe had
it. Egan tried hard for them. Evans, I think, was without doubt probably the best. And I nearly would give him on best on ground, but he's in a losing side, so you got to be a little bit harsh on him. A bit of pay a penalty. Shoot over to Rupo. Gav's favourite, Swallow, certainly was effective all day. I mean, Sultana, the young kid, I thought he was good down forward too. Hetherington, I liked his game. But I'll agree with you, Gav. I don't often do that. I'm going to give you the rights here and say Swallow was the best player.
I'm happy with that. He was consistent over the 4 quarters, Swallow, and really started.
So for the Sharks now, we're looking forward to next week, obviously. You move straight ahead and look at next week. Does Dean Putt play?
Yes.
Yeah, I reckon you're risky.
You've just got to take the option, because otherwise Tommy Waters is going to dominate around.
Well, we saw what Waters did once.
Yeah, that's right. He dominated.
And if Putt's 70%, even if they pinch hit him in the ruck and put him forward, and they'll free Toddy Podolzak to play a bit higher. Just remember, it's not as big a ground, Romsey ground. If you got Dean Putt down forward, he can create an awful lot of trouble for him. If he's 70% and they think he can get the game through, he's got to play.
And how good is it for the Sharks to just be able to throw Chambers forward?
Well,
that's a great
ace
the
other
up
option
the sleeve,
too. But once you've got a game, I mean, it's time to win the game, and you've got their forwards, because really Diggers have no key forwards. Let's be honest. And he was just floating around. To put him down there, he took a hanger kick, 2 goals in the last quarter. He's the most versatile footballer we got in Riddle District footy. Brady Chambers got down there. He just settled down. He virtually won the game for him.
He did. He kicked those couple of goals and presented really well.
So the Pellet Cafe player of the day, Gav.
Brett Swallow.
For the Ruperswood, the number 7 player. So we'll give it to Brady Swallow. Well done, and let's thank our sponsors, which is Macedon Rangers, Glass, Brett Vernon and the boys, and these are the Rupo people. Very, very happy clapping their players off the ground. And let's not forget Melton Toyota. Go to Melton Toyota. You'll catch up with them at Melton Toyota in High Street, Melton. Some very happy, smiling-looking players. Yes, and all the coaching staff are telling me what they think of my tips throughout the year, but we did tip Rupo, all of us today,
we got it right for once.
Fantastic effort for them. And they've got 2 teams in the finals. That just shows the power of that football club.